Hey people, back on the Instagram live. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good evening if you're in the UK, a good evening. And if you're in the US, Mexico, etc. Hope you're well. Hope you're enjoying the day. So, want to tackle today a question I get quite a lot, and it's one that someone actually asked me on one of my posts yesterday, which was around probiotics. Now, the actual question was, Ryan, when dealing with appendicitis, I've actually had to have my appendix out, and following surgery, I want to know what probiotics to take. I want to know what probiotic liquids are best. I've heard about kefir, but what are the best options for me to have? Now, I'm going to get into that. First of all, though, if you're dealing with something like appendicitis or any internal issue, then you need to address that first. That comes from your environment being toxic, deficient, internally balanced, and overly stressed, and it leads to the point where one of your organs, they've removed it because it was so toxic. Then that needs to be addressed. Just like supplements alone won't sort this problem out. You have to get to the root cause and understand what's caused that through diet, lifestyle, environment. Okay. But if we're getting on to probiotics and what will be best for you, first of all, we need to understand why we need probiotics and what they are and why we want to have friendly bacteria. So, we're 100 trillion cells, 90% of which are bacteria. So we're far more bacteria than we are human. Okay, and so it's really important for us to have a good colony of friendly bacteria. Now, unfortunately, most people, what we're looking for ideally is 85% friendly bacteria and 15% unfriendly. You need some unfriendly guys to keep the good guys honest, but unfortunately most people have this in reverse, or some imbalance, and it's called a gut dysbiosis, and it leads to all sorts of things like chronic gut issues, brain fog, fatigue, inflammation, undigested food, you name it, it can lead to it, inflammation of the joints, etc. So what we need to create is a healthy internal environment, and we don't want to look to gentrify the system or gentrify the area, basically, where most of the friendly bacteria want to stay and the unfriendly guys want to leave. And so how do we do that? Probiotics are one way, but we also need to create a healthy environment. Otherwise, the friendly bacteria won't be able to survive. They will die because stress kills them, toxins kill them, all these things. Okay, so you need to create a healthy internal environment, and it's really important to do that because these bacteria, they're not just good for, say, for example, gut health, but they're fantastic for your brain. They help us to digest food. Okay, they help us build a strong, robust immune system, so they can actually fight against different pathogens and pathogenic infections. Okay, like other protozoa, bacteria, etc. Okay, so it's really important for us to have them for that reason. So I need to build a healthy internal environment, and once again that comes from getting the right exercise, getting out amongst nature, having the right food, the right supplements, etc. Okay. Also, really important to building a healthy microbiome. It's not just probiotics we have, it's human interaction. Just by being around other humans and touch and feel, you're going to be passing on different bacteria from each other. Outside in the soil or on the beach, for example, picking up bacteria all the time, which is going to build once again a robust immune system and a diverse microbiome, which is really important. And you want to stay away from things like antibacterial soaps and gels, because they're going to destroy that antibacterial, so obviously negative bacteria. They kill bacteria, which is no good for your immune system, because your skin is teeming with different bacteria, and it's really important. It's your first defense against any sort of infection. So it's really, really important that you have a healthy immune system and healthy skin microbiome. And we've got 7 microbiomes in the body. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Skin's one of them. Your gut's one of them. Your gut's your master microbiome, and when that works, all other 7, like esophagus, genitals, skin, etc., they all respond to it. So probiotics that you can have. Okay, so probiotic foods, first of all, we go into things like kimchi, sauerkraut, miso, for example. All fermented foods. They're really, really good for helping your body create a healthy internal environment. But if you have been having a gut issue, you need to be careful of these, because they're extremely powerful and they can cause irritation of the gut. It can actually cause pain if you're not ready for them. It's like you need to make sure your gut is able to digest them and it's ready for them. So If you've been having gut issues, stay away from them. If your gut is fine, then these things are very, very good. Then you look at the liquids, so things like kefir, cow's kefir, goat's kefir, and coconut water kefir. So a lot of people, they don't have, dairy is a problem when it's pasteurised, homogenised, it's come from very sick, toxic animals. Where when you're getting kefir from healthy animals like goat's kefir, goat's milk is the closest thing to mother's milk, so that's why it's good. It can be very rich in milk, kefir, goat's kefir, yogurt as well, high in probiotics, good bacteria, they're really good. But some people, even then, will still have a problem with digesting dairy. So my favourite is actually coconut water kefir. It's very, very powerful. You can get it. You can make this yourself. You can get strains and cultures and get the coconut water. But with coconut water, you have to get young coconut water. The mature stuff won't work, and you don't want to have any with any preservatives. Or Body Ecology, Donna Gates does a really good probiotic, which you can get there. So probiotic liquids are very powerful. Things like kombucha are good if you don't have a gut issue or something like SIBO, because that could feed it. Otherwise, go ahead. Then certain things with probiotics, the brands, it's not just how many strains you've got, it's also the delivery system and how that probiotic is set up. So you have to remember, probiotics are transient, which means they only work when they go through you. They try and colonise, but they generally go through you, and that's why you need to take them every day. If you don't take them every day, then you're not going to get the best benefits from them. Okay. So brands I like, I'm a big fan of Biooptimizers. It's on my website. If you go to www.reviveyourself.co, click on the shop, scroll down, you'll see the Biooptimizers products, best in my opinion in the world, especially for digesting proteins. Because one of the things people don't forget about probiotics, not just for your gut health, but they actually help you to digest food. Okay. So they're very, very powerful. Biooptimizers, I love BioCult, Kiki Health, Body Ecology do some great ones. I'm trying to think of any other brands that I really like. Seed do some fantastic ones. Okay, so make sure you're getting high quality probiotics. Same as anything, there's nothing more expensive than a supplement that doesn't work. And so some of these are a little bit more expensive, but it's because they work. And they because they've got different strains and different strains and lots of them actually got different amounts. Okay, if you want to take one for like a period of time and you switch, it keeps your body guessing, and it allows you to build a strong, powerful, robust immune system. And so this is what it's all about. So you get your liquids, okay, things like your kefir, milk and goats, then coconut water kefir. When it comes to food, sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, things like that, but make sure the body can tolerate them. If you have them and you have pain, then you're not ready for them. If you've got an impaired gut, something like Crohn's, celiac, IBS, anything like that, gastroenteritis, that you want to stay away from these things, so they're too powerful. You need to heal and seal your gut first. And then comes to probiotics brands like Biooptimizers, Kiki Health, BioCult, Seed, Body Ecology are my preferred. And then there's other ones out there as well. But the same as with anything, guys. If you are pretty healthy, then probiotics, etc., are going to be great. Probiotic liquids and foods and drinks will be great. But if you are dealing with a chronic gut issue, okay, or even any chronic internal issue like inflammation, appendicitis, and it's been going on for more than 3 months, then I highly suggest you working with someone. It doesn't have to be me. If I resonate with you, fine, give me a message, but it doesn't have to be me. Go and work with someone, because generally there's something off, something out of balance, and that'll be impacting you. And it might definitely be your gut lining, definitely be your microbiome out of balance, and can be your digestive enzymes, your hydrochloric acid, foods you're eating, your stress. Once again, you can have all these probiotics and good foods, but if you're chronically stressed, you're never going to be able to get the most benefit from them, if any benefit from them, because chronic stress will kill them. Okay, it's been shown time and time again. But your microbiome is extremely powerful. They've shown this in so many studies. Okay, even I think last year they did a study in, I think it was university, it might have been Harvard, where they took the bacteria from, they had 12 mice, 6 were fat and overweight, 6 were lean. They switched their microbiomes, so they took samples of the bacteria from the gut of the healthy and then the fat mice, and then they switched them round, and within 6 to 12 weeks, the fat mice have become lean, the lean mice have become fat. That's how powerful your microbiome is, okay? So this is why it's really important. I always talk about gut health. Your gut is your enteric nervous system. it's your abdominal brain. It's really important to get it healthy. If your gut's healthy, then everything else will follow, okay? But once again, you need to understand what it takes, and just throwing probiotics and cultured foods down you when you haven't got to what's actually causing the problem can actually exaggerate issues or make things worse. So if you are dealing with a chronic health issue like that, any sort of chronic health issue, even things like migraines and stuff like that, because they're once again linked to the gut-brain axis, then go and work with someone, whoever it may be. Otherwise, if you're generally healthy, then give these things a go. Okay, people. Yep, Lottie, Steve, thank you. Warren, cheers, and Matthew, hope you're well over there in France. Anyway, people, I hope this helped. Got actually a really good podcast coming out of one quite soon, so that's coming out, all about religion. That's definitely going to get some emotions flowing. But otherwise, people, enjoy the rest of your evening or day wherever you are. As always, stay happy, stay healthy. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.